Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Speaks State of Our World on Friday, December 9th, 2022. So what is it? Good, bad, or different? All three. Okay, now, what's happening out there? A vindication for agitation. Dave Zarin on how Brittany Griner supporters secured her freedom. She was freed today from Russia from a work camp. She was scheduled to spend 9 years there. She's a basketball star, and she's back home now. She was arrested because she had some vape cartridges in her luggage when she arrived back in February. And anyway, so U.S. government's trying to get her out, but I guess Putin and Russia wanted to hold on to her to see what he could get in exchange for her. So anyway, uh, so they got her out, but they had to give up a guy named Victor Bout, who was a convicted Russian arms dealer. He was serving a 25-year sentence, and he served about 11 years of that. So anyway, Brittany Griner is back in Russia. She's a basketball star, an Olympic star. Why'd she have to go to Russia? I don't know. And then we have some famous golfers, golf stars who have gone, I believe, to Saudi Arabia, because they're getting paid a lot to play in their tournaments. So anyway, that's what she did, but she's free now. And so you have to watch where you go. You can't, uh, you can't go places that are dangerous. You have to take care of yourself and others. Don't put yourself in a dangerous situation. Okay. Also, personified weapon of mass destruction, ex-arms trafficker, ex-arms trafficking, uh, inspector on freed Russian, uh, Victor Boot, and the merchant of death. He's out there. Okay. Alright. And he delivers his weapons of destruction all over the world, anyone who can pay the price. Also, Sarah Leah Whitson on growing Saudi-China ties and holding MBS responsible for Jamal Khashoggi's murder. Okay. Yes, China and Saudi Arabia are having closer relations. And we, uh, apparently, the Mr. Khashoggi, who's a Saudi citizen, but was a Saudi American citizen. He was working here for the Washington Post, and he was lured to Turkey because he wanted to get a marriage license so he could marry his girlfriend. And in Turkey, the Saudis trapped him and they murdered him, tortured him, and murdered him. And we're supposed to hold Saudi Arabia accountable, but we didn't. Uh, I don't know. Mr. Guy, Saudi Arabia, the prince, crown prince, he's somehow we got out of that. So he was um, his fiance and fiance's supporters wanted U.S. to hold him accountable for his murder. But somehow Saudi Arabia got out of it. I don't know how that happens, but it does. What do we need from Saudi Arabia? I'm not sure. But somehow he got out of that. Alright, notice some of the other things happening. Brittany Griner lands in Texas after prisoner swap for Russian arms dealer Victor Bout. Terrible trade. Congress passes landmark bill protecting marriage equality. Great. Senator Kristen Sinema leaves Democratic Party to register as independent, but nothing's going to change because she's going to caucus with the Democrats, and so nothing's going to change. Democrats have 51 to 49, which is good, and Sinema is going to keep her committee assignments, which is what she wants. She's not sure if she would run for election, so I don't know. But she said she would not caucus with the Republicans, she'd caucus with the Democrats, which is good. Okay. Now, whistleblower describes campaign by far-right groups to infiltrate Supreme Court. Yes, far-right groups like Samuel Alito and that Thomas guy. So that's how they got to overturn the uh, Roe v. Wade. So I don't know. Far-right groups should not have any control over our judicial system, but they seem to. House votes overwhelmingly to approve $858 billion military spending bill. That's quite a lot of money. There are other things that are needed, and unfortunately, this passed. Okay. Iranian forces target women protesters with shotgun fire to face and body. Okay, Iran has to be held accountable for what they're doing. Well, we have to put the Shah in power twice. He was a dictator. And then the people revolted and they got a religious regime which targets women. Okay. Now, death is a natural part of life. Qatar World Cup CEO dismisses deadly workplace accident. Wow, that's nice. Qatar faces allegations of gross human and labor rights abuses at work sites associated by the Soccer World Cup. But they don't care because the U.S. has a fleet there. It's like a major military site, so they don't really care. And what else? Qatar World Cup whistleblower was tortured in prison, says his family. The whistleblower found the alleged abuses by the companies that Qatar gave permission to build the infrastructure for the soccer tournament. Okay. Also, Honduras suspends constitutional rights and crackdown on organized crime. That's nice. Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala, I don't know. But that's what they're doing. Okay. That's terrible. Okay. Crackdown on anti-gang, on organized crime. Okay. The Human Rights Watch blessed El Salvador's violent crackdown on poor people as part of anti-gang policy. That's great. Poor people can't win these places. But El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras, horrible places, but we support them. We support the dictators. New school students occupy university in solidarity with striking faculty. That's a New York new school for social research, something like that. It's called the New School. It's in New York City. Okay, now, striking workers call out New York Times for hypocrisy on labor rights. New York Times, liberal newspaper in their newspaper, what they cover in their editorials, but they don't give rights to their staff, their workers. So hold New York Times accountable. Okay. Now, Supreme Court hears case that could upend federal elections rules. So hopefully they will not approve of that. But that's one thing that's going on. Peruvian lawmakers removed President Pedro Castillo from office and arrest him. Okay, I don't know that much about that. UN says over 17,000 civilians have been killed since Russia invaded Ukraine. That is terrible. Why didn't someone come to their aid? I don't understand. Mohammed bin Salman welcomes Chinese president to Saudi capital. That's great. Israeli forces kill 3 Palestinians in Jenin raid. Israel has to be held accountable. 2 killed as Iraqi forces open fire on protesters demanding freedom for jail activists. Okay, it never changes. Never changes. Okay, now, so that's some of what's happening. So, how about a little music? Hey there, Georgie girl, walking down the street so fancy free. Nobody you meet would ever see the loneliness there inside you. Hey there, Georgie girl, why do all the boys just pass you by? Could it be you just don't try or resist the clothes you wear? You're always window shopping but never stopping to buy. So shed those dowdy feathers and fly a little bit. Hey there, Georgie girl, there's another Georgie deep inside. Bring out all the love you hide, and oh, what a change there'd be. The world would see a new Georgie girl. Okay, Georgie Girl was written by Tom Springfield of the Springfield Folk Group. She included Sister Dusty, who went on to become an international singing star. It was recorded by Dusty and also by the Seekers. Okay, alright everyone, today is Friday, December 9th, 2022, and thank you for tuning in this day. Hope you'll be back again tomorrow. Wear a mask, practice social distancing. When the vaccine is available for you, it's safe for you to take it. I would take it. And remember, take care of yourself and others, and remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe.